Welcome back to Founders in the Field, the show where we go behind the scenes with creative leaders, consultants, and creative founders to show you how they're building, scaling, and staying sane in the trenches. I'm your host, Stefan Bradley, and today's guest is Sofia Cano, founder and CEO of UTAG, and also the founder of iMetric. How are you doing, Sophia?
That's right. Hi, Stefan. Nice to meet you. How are you doing?
You too. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Enjoying the winter here in Argentina for a while.
Well, it's definitely cooler than Florida at the moment, definitely, and where I am.
Definitely.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's dive in. My first question is the same every podcast. For people who don't know your story, take us
Mm.
right back to the beginning and what sparked your journey and what made you start your own business.
Wow. I mean, the founder journey wasn't one single click moment or aha moment. It was more like a series of sparks. Fueled by I always been like curious about how things run and work. It was hard for me to follow like rules or to follow other people as well. It was more like a constant. What if I try this? What if I do that? I always was like that. It was my personality from the beginning. I think you can create passion from what you do. So it's not something that that is in your heritage or in your character. It's something that you build. Curiosity by feeling passionate about the things that I was surrounded by. I think it led me to open this entrepreneurment door. And my goal wasn't necessarily to live in the US neither. I'm like I said, I'm from Argentina. I moved out to the US 10 years ago and I got transferred for the company that I used to work with. And 6 months after that, I quit and I opened my own company because I was working 18, 16 hours a day. At some point I was like, what if I do work this amount of hours for myself and I try to build something that has more meaning for me. So I think it wasn't just like a click or one thing or a big dream. It was just like proving myself that I can do better, that I could bring another purpose in my life that just work for a paycheck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So I hear that a lot with founders as well, where they say they don't really like listening to rules. They working for other people. It makes them feel like I can do this for myself. So it's definitely something that I hear a lot of. It's definitely something you've got in
Yeah.
common with other founders as well.
Yeah. No, I feel that a lot because I try to be part of communities, that represent also my values. I'm a feminist, but the book, not the kind of feminist that thinks that men shouldn't exist. The kind of feminist that it brings equality. On top of what you said about UTAG and UTAG and iMetric, I also own a product that is for the vulva women, for the women's and their vulvas to take care of the skin, and my big dream is to create a platform where women can talk about everything and women can feel that they can do anything. And I also like UTAG is a sport marketing agency, so I be surrounded by like a world that it was led by men mostly because I work with football, and I work with football in the US. Like
Yeah.
they say soccer, but I can't.
Yeah.
But you will know it. You will know. You understand me.
Yeah. No, I love hearing that.
But do you
I
know?
love it.
Do you know that soccer, the word soccer, it came from the UK also?
No, I didn't know that actually.
Yes. So you guys
I
created
thought,
monsters.
yeah, monsters, literally. I thought it was the US just because of obviously American
Mm,
football. So I thought
yeah.
that's how they differentiate it. But no, there definitely should be a petition that we change it back to football in
I
America.
think it will be it will be a great idea,
Yeah,
actually.
no, definitely. I feel like it would appeal to so many more people anyway, but let's not go too off topic
Okay,
about
yes,
football and
yes.
things like that.
For
Because I
me,
love
for
football.
me,
I'm a big
yes.
football fan, so I
Really?
could end up
Oh
going
my
right off
God.
this. Yeah,
Yeah, for
yeah,
me it's really easy to shift to
yeah,
the subject. We are launching the first official tournament, the European tournament in the US right now. And I'm
yeah.
so over the moon. But yes, don't go there because I will never get out.
Sure, sure. So so I can see like from what you just said then that you're a bit of a front runner for women for being a a feminist, but also not letting it close doors for you. Obviously now it's probably opened up more doors like for women's football for women in sport. But how long have you been doing? How long have you been running your business? Because I can imagine before it wasn't as easy as it is today.
It isn't easy. It isn't still. It isn't easy. Pick your heart. As you grow, harder it gets. More responsibilities you have. If you grow, you bring more talent people to your team, and you own your time to those people. You own your best to those people that chooses to work with
Mm,
you instead of working somewhere else. So it never got easier. I just like let me tell you that it's not easy, but I've been working with football because I'm a passion. I think it's in our DNA or something. When you're born in Argentina, I know that to give you the ID, you should like
mm,
love football, I guess.
yeah, yeah.
and and that ignites something. And when I arrived to United States, I realized that female football was
Mm,
something there, was
mm,
something that it wasn't in another country actually. Professional football was a
mm,
respect, like a female professional football was a respectable sports, and the players were leaders as well. And
mm,
I started like pitching for CONCACAF because at the same time that I opened my business, I bet that you remember that it was the FIFA gate thing that all
mm,
exploded in the air. So that
mm,
brought new opportunity for agencies to pitch again and to try to get in and earn more projects. So
yeah.
I started like pitching. I started working with CONCACAF in 2017, and
Hmm.
then I started working with MLS in 2018. And then from now on, like keep presenting RFP projects and work around different federations and club. I receive more no's than yes, actually. I still do. Still do.
Mm,
I think for when you have your business, what it differentiates from success, I guess, is that you have more room for frustration in your mind and your body. You just don't quit. You keep going. But for
yeah.
sure, I receive. I don't remember, or I don't know, and for sure, you neither. Like like a professional athlete or anyone that I admire, they don't lose more than they won.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And in our case, it's
yeah.
the same.
Mm,
80% of the projects that we present doesn't see never the light.
mm,
That 20 that compensate everything and makes you keep going. As I said at the beginning, like bringing something that you are passionate about and you already
mm,
know and combine that with the talent or with the knowledge that you gain through your life, you can create something that help you to keep going when things are like really hard.
yeah, yeah, sure. And I didn't mean easy as in what you do now. I sort of meant like how women's football has become more of, in mainstream. So I just thought like it might, for someone else now, it's like more normal for women to be talking about sport, whereas I'm sure back when you
Yeah.
started, it wasn't as normal. I didn't mean to like say it was like easy
Yeah,
for
yeah,
what
yeah,
you do.
yeah. Got it,
Yeah,
got it, got it, got it. Good, good.
yeah, yeah.
But
And
also, it's still really hard because you still we are bringing this female tournament with the best players in the world, which is Spain, and I still receive. Oh my God, I need to leave this podcast right now. I just realized what happened 2 weeks ago. That was just, oh my God. Yeah,
Hmm.
they are the World
Yeah,
Cup champion.
yeah,
Even though, let's say to the public that even though that he lost in front of England 2 weeks ago in the Euro Cup for the second time,
yeah.
but that doesn't mean anything, Stefan. You know that like a result
No,
is
I definitely anything can happen over a game, and I feel like they are the two best countries, at the moment. So I feel like it
yeah,
could have gone either way, and it could
yes.
have the same with the World Cup before when it was 1-0. So, and to be
It was
honest, I
just
do think
penalties.
Spain. Pardon?
It was through penalties.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, let's be honest, Spain technically are one of the best sides to watch. To watch like the way they pass, the tiki taka, the way they play.
Yeah.
England just have that never say die attitude that I think that
Yeah.
obviously pulled them through.
But you say that it got easier and it got easier in Europe because you have this
Mm,
type of professionalism, you know,
yeah,
and brands has been involving more and more about their investment in female football.
yeah,
It's still a lot of work to do without any
mm,
doubt, but
mhm,
they like I have to I have to be very honest in that aspect, and I know that in regarding to technique and strategy, female football wasn't there, wasn't. But now we are talking a different
mm,
that shift, and we are talking a different thing right now. But still, the brands have to, brands and society and law are the last things to change.
yeah,
So, and I think it's our job as an agency to bring authenticity and also bring more brands willing to invest and accompanying the growth of what we are think is going to be in the female field.
yeah, definitely. And I do think it's 100% could even go past men's football. Do you know, like for the technical ability and things like that they've got, you just don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? So I do think there's so much more room to grow, definitely. Do
It
you
will be my
also do?
dream.
Yeah. Do you also do like cover men's football as well, or is it just
Yes.
women's football?
Oh, yes,
So
I
you
do.
look, yes, yes, cool. So you're looking forward to the World Cup coming to America next year?
I'm ready for
Mm,
it, and I'm ready for Argentina to win the fourth stars as well. I think it's going to be crazy. I have friends that works closely with the World Cup. Actually, one of my closest friends is the CMO for the committee of the World Cup 2026. So I'm very involved in what everything is happening and the expectation that that brings. And of course, it's going to be my first World Cup as a like kind of local because I feel part of Miami
yeah,
already. I seen that
yeah, of
city
course.
grow so much,
Mm,
so much. It grows that you don't have any idea how much it grow. And everything happened like super crazy because when I moved out there, like football wasn't a big thing. And right now everybody's there. It's like crazy. So I think my
yeah, no, it's
angels were
definitely,
like, always
yeah,
there.
definitely. Yeah, no, 100%. It's definitely come on leaps and bounds out there, isn't it? It's sort of like the new in sport, I would say, over there at the minute. It's the
Yeah, like a
it's
hub.
getting more popular. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. I guess the combination of what the city has to offer, plus because let's be real, the players wants to retire in a place
Mm,
that they feel secure, comfortable,
mm-hmm,
rich,
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
Miami has
Yeah,
a lot to offer in that aspect.
yeah, definitely. And with the Latin influence in Florida, Miami, especially,
Mm,
like I suppose, like a lot of that's Spanish and South American
mm.
footballers, they feel a lot more easier to integrate in with society as well.
You know what is funny? Like 11 years ago, I was quitting the company that I used to work with. It was a French
Mm,
company,
mm.
and I was like, I need to change. I want to move because I have the Spanish citizenship. You know that Argentinians always have like it's they ways to sneak around work.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had the double citizenship, and I was moving to Spain, and I quit like so many times. And my boss said, "Hey, don't quit. Let's come because my bosses were in Miami already. I was working across markets, Latin America markets, leading the team from Miami to the rest of Latin America. Because right now, Miami is a hub not only for sports, but for businesses, also, like it's a bridge that connects you better with everything. Actually, it's a very well located city that connects you with Europe, connects you with America, connects you with the West Coast, really in like really easily. So it was like a strategic point for brands to hold their budgets regionally and work them from Miami. And I quit, and they offered me to come to Miami, and it was easy. It was an easy bet for me because I already knew the team. I had a car waiting for me. I had an apartment waiting for me. I want to be very honest. It was like kind of lucky. I just followed what it was there for me, the apple that falls from the tree.
Mm,
But what it was really hard, Stefan, actually, was moving from the north to Argentina because I born in the north of Argentina. in a city called Tucumán. It's the smallest province in the whole Argentina, but great people live there. It's the mountains, and it was hard for me to move from Tucumán to Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires was the completely different view, and then everything the rest is history. But yeah, I've been led by my instincts, but also for the apples that fall from the tree because I work and they offer, and it seems easy, and that's summarizing how I ended in Miami, and then everything appears like magical with football
Mm,
and everything
yeah.
crazy.
Well, I'm sure like the harder you work, the more apples fall from the tree.
Uh, 100%. Like Picasso said, if the inspiration come, it has to find you working, you know?
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So, Sophia, you've been leading UTAG as a founder and CEO for over a decade, turning sports stories into strategy and bridging emotional connection with brand growth.
Yes.
Walk us through a typical day in your role now. How do you balance leadership with hands-on creative?
I could do nothing without my partners and without my team. That's the most. I think the most important. People follow people, doesn't follow companies. So everything starts and ends with the people. I care a lot about the people that I surrounded. I care a lot about my inner circle also, because for me, work and personal life is something combined. It's not something like different. And in that aspect, I'm surrounded by people that has helped me to overcome the challenges that represent to be the head of the company. But actually, it's just a title. It's a title because, like the structure and the organizations demand you to have a head that can be decisive and can make a decision when the time came. But actually,
Hmm.
as I have two more partners. I'm the co-founder. I'm like co-founder with Caro, and then we brought like a third partner, also women, and we try to make every decision as democracy. Really, really, really rare that I will make my a decision uh, by my own without hearing what they have to say, or like it's not like that. So we complement well each other. We have the same, we share same objectives. We work for those objectives. We do what it takes. If we are having a batch, like a difficult time, we bring coaching to our team. We try to keep up with all the emotions, and because we are women, so we take care about that too. And I think that is the recipe of how a boutique company survived in the US being Latinas for the last 10 years.
Yeah, sure. It sounds like you've invested well in the people around you personally and in work life, and
Yeah.
you take investment into them very seriously, and you obviously listen to everybody and work as a cohesional unit as opposed to just a single founder on your
Yeah, no, absolutely. We do actually culture we monitor. We have a dashboard where people can leave the talent that we work with. They can leave their comment. They can say how they feel. We do surveys every 3 months. We really take care about what they feelings, because if they are good, the ideas flow
own.
better, and they treat
Yeah.
better the clients as well. The clients that also become some partners, and other become friends. That's something crazy that happens when you do what you really
Mm.
like. You turn clients into true uh, partners and true friends.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds like you're not only listening to the market, but you're also listening to the people that you work with similar sort of time, at similar sort of percentages to get the most value out of everything that you're doing.
Absolutely. Every big change that we have to manage in our company, we talk with the leaders. We create like a plan all together. I don't think that
Hmm.
is one illuminated person that can achieve
Yeah.
everything. I don't believe in that culture. I believe in a collaborative culture. So yes, for us, it's really important. We work for people, and our mission at UTAG is to create a positive change in the world. That's a statement. In order to do that, You have to work with the people to make them feel comfortable in their positions, and they have all the tools they need in order to create an atmosphere that goes through our mission as well, and bring proposals to our clients that has that mission on it too.
And having an ethos and a mission and systems in place that all are in cohesion, I think is just a massive, like big thing to have in your business. And obviously you have that, and it's obviously.
Hmm. I think creating the software like iMetric gave the people their power back to think. So they are not doing a lot of operative things, the executions, because everything is under an integrate. All the information is integrated, so they have more time to think instead of copy and pasting numbers and get like burning the brains out. Going to every single platform or um, property that the client will have in order to understand their businesses. So I think with iMetric, we managed to give the power, yeah, to give back the power to people and the time, that means time, to work around things that matter to them. So it wasn't easy because we never had an outsider investor. Everything that we've done so far in order to technology or teams or coaching or educational and benefits, it come from 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 the revenue that we have with our clients. Is like a sustainable model. We grow as the technology grew
Mm,
as the clients list and all the things that UTAC did, and also that brought benefits for the talent. So I think incorporating technology, not deny the technology, incorporating technology, use the technology for your favor is what we've done the best.
mm,
We were
yeah,
we were talking about AI 5 years ago. We didn't start like last year talking about AI.
yeah,
We didn't start
sure,
with technology 4 years ago. We started with technology 7 years ago. So I think that was the
definitely.
most important things to make us a sustainable growth.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I'm a big proprietor of getting AI to help and technology to help systemize. So, like you said, can free up the time for your workforce to focus on what moves the needle and what's actually going to get different businesses, different parts of the business to move that needle also.
Absolutely. And the human, I think what it cannot be replaced about a human right now is the
No.
way that we feel and the way
Mm,
how we act accordingly to our emotions. So if and technology is not that is not in our power, in like we don't own that much power, so we have to play accordingly and try to be leaders using technology that help us to improve us as humans, you
yeah.
know.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. I agree there. I agree with you. So, Sophia, you've built brands in sport, skincare, and tech. What major shifts are you seeing in how companies are blending creativity, technology, and emotional storytelling to stand out?
That's a great question. um, I have to circle back to talking about my team again, because our chief marketing officer, sorry, our chief creative officer is great. She won so many awards. She won a variety of awards for her creativity, but also I think it's about data. As much data that you have to create ideas around and be creative in the ways that no one did before, you need data, you need logic, knowledge, you need to understand who your audiences are, what they need to see from you, what they need from you, how can you are going to stand out from what, not only the competition, you have to stand out from everything that's seen, that your audience seen in social media, in platforms, in their work environment, in every single point of contact that they have. So you are competing with not only with brands, but like with actions, with technology, with events, with all the things that matter for a person. So you have to be there. You have to understand that data that is available. Actually, it is available, and most of the brand already know more about their audiences than what they use. You know, I mean, brand has been gathering so much information about their audiences, but they don't use it much because still there are like a gap between what marketers understands in terms of technology audience clusterization than what they are really doing right now. For example, for CONCACAF, we implemented the CDP. I don't know if you are familiar with that, Customer Data Platform,
Okay.
which basically clusterize and acts as a warehouse for your data. So with that information, you can understand what all of the content that you create, what it worked the best and why it worked the best. What like the recap of those goalie worked more than the interview with a player. What you
Hmm.
did different. So they help you to shape the future of your communication and how you are going to impact to them. Data.
Yeah, definitely. And it's the analysis that helps, doesn't it? Where you can actually pinpoint exactly why that worked and why this didn't work, and then have it in a space where you can see it all there and easily
Mhm.
to sift through it, I suppose, is a bit, with a lack of better term
Yeah.
to put it.
And
Brilliant.
doesn't work differently from human, like personal human interaction. If I know more about you, I would be able to be more empath, to talk about the things that we shared. So you know that I like football and I know that you like
Hmm.
football. Probably if we exchange that information, we will have an enjoyable communication. Our
Yeah,
relationship can grow. With the brands,
yeah,
it's exactly the same thing.
yeah, definitely. And the more it also works with technology as well. Like the more it knows about a certain product or person, the better data analysis it can give you also.
And the analysis can be improved with technology as well.
Hmm. Yep,
So
definitely.
it can complement your ideas, it can complement your line of thought, and
Hmm.
it can represent a challenge. For example, if you use ChatGPT also to
Hmm.
challenge yourself, definitely it's going to do it.
Yeah, yeah,
So
no,
everything
definitely.
is how you use the technology and the information that you have. Information is power.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely. So, Sophia, you've had some big creative wins at UTAGs,
Yeah.
even been recognized as a We Connect certified woman-owned agency. When you think about scaling that level of performance across more clients, what's the biggest operational hurdle you still run into, if you run into it at all?
Hmm. I'm traveling to New York next month because we are finalists of a brand that we created with CONCACAF that is called Kickoff for the
Hmm.
Gen Z,
Yep.
and I realized something about awards and winning things. It's just how you tell the story. It doesn't
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that you are better than anything. It doesn't mean that you have a secret sauce or like a different recipe. It means that you create like a better story than someone else. And I don't think that is one strategy that fulfill everything or one thing that you can do to help you to reach your goals. It's no recipe. It's just like being able to continue when things get hard, when things doesn't go according to the plan, be persistent. For example, actually, this brand kickoff started like 3 years ago. We brought a university to the table because we thought that doing a co-branding with a Mexican university was ideal to know their point of view in terms of we weren't Gen Z at the agency. We would like I didn't hire that young people with like they were like 19, back then they were like 19, 20 years old, and we needed that point of view in order to create a brand that it worked for them, specifically for them. So I guess you have to realize that also when you are reading a brief, when you are having a new challenge. Try to understand if you have the right people to tell the story that you want to tell,
Yeah.
that can
No,
complement
definitely.
it to tell the best story possible.
Yeah, definitely. And listening to the people who you're telling the story for is obviously a big proprietor of that also.
Yes. 100%.
Sophia, Sophia, I want to zoom in a little bit and talk about how you've integrated AI and with
Hmm.
iMetric. So, when a new lead comes in, what's the very first thing that happens? Are they getting instant replies through systems, or does someone follow up manually?
So the thing is, iMetric was easily integrated with UTAG. Actually, we created UTAG because we knew that we wanted to create the software, but we needed clients. And getting clients is really hard, especially when you are not the expert of what you were doing. We invented something from scratch, so we didn't experts in that. We were like creating expertise as like along the way. So the thing was that iMetric, all we use UTAG to use. It's a hard word to say. We use UTAG, but iMetric serve UTAG clients and serve our team. So it was easy for us to integrate the technology and prove with our own clients, with our own teams. They were the first one to say, hey, this is not working, this is working, it's not useful for me, it takes me too much time to do this, to do that. So we were like we created like an integrated team between iMetric and UTAC to test everything that we were doing.
Hmm.
Like in every process, in every step of the process, we receive their feedback and also from the client perspective, because so far we didn't have any client that complained to have all the information integrated in one source, not even one. It might result like difficult for them to shift from a manual perspective to an automated, but it's like if you take the time to create a trustworthy relationship, they will let you uh, help them. It will they
Hmm.
will let you to teach them how to shift from one place to the other, to the digital transformation, if you want to call it some way. And their usability, the way that they use the platform, the way that they read the all the dashboard, the way that we integrated their businesses. Our first client, it was a HughesNet, that is a satellite company in Latin America and Asia mostly. And we were reporting all the activity, not just the marketing campaign that we were executing. We were like reporting when the technician left the device installed on the people houses, going through the customer support, going through the call center. We were like giving the whole perspective, saying, hey, did this campaign didn't work or didn't bring you leads because the call center weren't doing their job. For example,
Hmm.
that happened, that
Yeah.
real happened. They had 9 call centers and they integrated everything in just one call center because we proved with data that it wasn't
Mm.
efficient. So because you know how it goes, when brands don't sell, they blame to marketing, and it's not always the case. But when you have
Yeah.
all your business integrated in one point of content, you can have perspective.
Yeah, definitely.
So we
Sounds like with
test
the call
everything.
center. Sorry, go on.
No. Okay, okay.
I just said it, just making a point. It sounds like with the call center, you showed the leak and then fixed the leak for them,
Exactly.
basically, in
Exactly.
layman's terms. Like, yeah, no, it's really really.
Yeah, without getting into a fight, it's your fault and it's your fault. It's the
Mm.
marketing campaign that didn't work, because at some point the call center was saying, "Oh, the agency is not bringing qualified leads," and we were, "No, it's not what is happening." And we found out that, for example, the phone numbers um, were like mixing. Colombia number was going through Mexico numbers, and that's why they didn't have like leads. But it wasn't our
Yeah,
problem; it was a call center problem, and we figured
yeah,
out that out. But you see how important it is to have all the integrated information, because otherwise you are guessing. So that was our key to continue investing and improving iMetric, because we were able to test it with real clients, with real cases, and with real people, mostly.
no, definitely. definitely real and making case study after case study with your own clients and to be able to get more clients is just like a snowballing effect, I would say.
And I think the differentiation also were that mostly people that it was working in or is working in technology till today, they don't know much about marketing. And we combine both marketing and
Yeah,
technology.
yeah,
So
no,
I think
definitely.
that's something different, you know,
Mm,
because some if you go to a programmer or a software factory and you're trying to explain what you want to see, they can understand in terms of technical things, but they don't understand in
hmm.
terms of business why you need that, and that's the main point to create something that the user experience can be as full as potential.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a power play from a power position, 100%, especially with especially in with marketing at the moment. I feel like you're definitely ahead of the curve because, research shows that 67% of marketing companies say they use AI, but only 30% of them are running it in three or more core workflows, which is at the level where it shapes margin, speed, and client perception. Obviously, I know you're fully integrated, so I know you're on that side of
Okay.
saying,
All our processes are integrated. Actually,
yeah.
even our commercial processes. If I have a client, for example, like let's say a first approach
Hmm.
like a new business first approach, I use Gemini to take notes and summarize the meeting. I help the client today to build their own brief because sometimes brands they build like it's ridiculous, but they build like 10 pages of a brief that doesn't necessarily explain their objectives. So so AI can identify from an interaction what is
Hmm.
underneath of that interaction. So I use Gemini, then I go over a new project in ChatGPT. I try to
Hmm.
build a brief, and then I try to build I have a new business tracker, and that new business tracker analyze the potential of that client. That is not like 80% of the time we don't choose a client for the money that they are willing to pay us. We choose the
Yeah.
client for the potential, for if it is strategically or strategic or not for us,
Hmm.
and like there are different factors that we take in account before we close a deal and we choose a client, and we do all that process with AI. So
Yeah. No.
something that
Yeah.
it will take me like 2 days to analyze, now I do it in 5 minutes. And from
Hundred
now on,
percent.
everything, kickoff, onboarding, status, you name it.
Yeah. No. Definitely. And you're obviously one of the companies that are at the forefront, as you said, as we just said from that stat there, as because like, do you know what I mean? Where you're fully integrated all the way through your business. How
Yeah.
how much better and like how much more efficient would you say you are now you've done this as opposed to what it was like before?
I have that calculated for you. Actually,
Yeah.
actually wasn't for you, but I have that very clear because we pitch a deck and we show a client that we brought like 65% of efficiencies to the table after we implemented our software.
Yeah.
It's a
No,
lot. It's
definitely.
a lot. Like more than
It's
half.
crazy.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I feel like you're future proof. You're future proof in your business because a lot of companies or marketing companies are lagging behind, still clutching on to
Mm,
the human led and the manual processes. But
yeah.
it's the companies that really immerse themselves and embed this into their company that I feel like are going to just go straight up.
UK has a lot of companies that have been like pioneering in this aspect
Hmm.
too.
Yeah.
I think Latin America countries are like behind, like always, in that
Mm.
aspect, especially when there are local agencies. And I seen crazy things like still agencies working with an Excel. You can't work in an Excel anymore. Like
No.
no. But on top of
Yeah.
that, we are not only bringing efficiencies and productivity to our clients, but to the agency because we've been growing in clients, but not in terms of people that we need to hire to supervise those clients.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we have everything controlled because one of my partners is very operative oriented and she knows everything about technology, and what she doesn't know, she's a self-taught person and
Hmm.
very curious about that. Probably you will never see her in front of a camera or in front of a client. She's behind a
Yeah, yeah,
computer
yeah.
with numbers. But
Hmm.
also it's great because she has all the business control in one single window, from
Mm, yeah,
administration to human resources to bank's account, everything, all my business, all my agency is it has its own dashboard as well, so we
yeah,
we we do what we preach as well.
yeah. It's almost like it's a nervous system now, where you've embedded technology into your business. It's like the
Yeah.
nervous system that goes through the body the way it obviously we use this for our own body.
Yeah,
But yeah, I just want to
which is
wrap up.
creating, sorry, is creating a lot of
No.
fears as well, because I think we depend too much of energy, and
Hmm.
the world is really crazy, and the leaders of the world are really crazy, and so hopefully we will keep having jobs next year.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. And obviously, the reason why I ask these types of questions, I'm sure that you can get on board with this as well, is where some agencies are like, it's only going to save me this amount, but what I think is where I see AI having the most impact is it saving you 10 hours here, 10 hours there across multiple fronts, and time is our most valuable resource. And if you can repurpose those hours into activities that really move the needle, that's where you can start to see exponential growth.
I agree with you 100%. That's what I told you, like bringing the power back to the people to think with more, they can do more creativity creations. They can think more about how to connect. You know what is happening that is very trending now for Gen Z, that they're
Mm,
seek for true connections. They want to, there is um, there is this new trendy things to bring communities and in a multidisciplinary way. So football is mixing with music, with fashion, and music is blending with gastronomy and coffee and exercise. So because new generation seeks to true connection, so I
mm.
think AI and technology can give us the power back to create more real connection and in-person experiences.
Yeah, definitely. It's freeing up the mind also without having to think about the mundane things in the background. Oh, I've got to do this, got to do this. Even when I suppose it will allow us and is allowing us to be more present also in conversation
Exactly.
because we're not thinking about, oh, well, have I done this? Have I done that type of thing?
I
Do you know
have
what I mean?
I
It's
I
already,
I have all these tasks pending.
mm,
Exactly.
yeah,
It's like a sense. For me, time is power. If you have time, you have the
mm,
power to create
mm,
anything.
yeah,
So, in that aspect, I think if we are very conscious about what we can do with our time these days,
mm.
we can bring valuable actions for people to connect in a more truthful and real way.
Yeah, definitely. Time is by far our best resource. I mean, it's the one thing that we can't make more of.
No,
Most other
exactly.
things we can either dig for more or try and find more, but time is that one thing that we all love to have, would all love to have more of. So definitely agree with what you're
I
saying there.
I like that. I like what you say. Time is the only thing that we cannot create more.
Yeah,
It
no,
can't be
exactly.
duplicated. You only have
No,
24 hours.
exactly. You can't get yesterday back. Once it's
Yeah,
gone, it's gone. You can't get it back.
absolutely. Yeah, what the
So I just
con.
want to zoom. Go on. I
No,
just want to
I just, sorry, I wanted to say
go
something
on.
about that because I'm following some spiritual people and guides, and that is also kind of an awaken in the society now that we can do businesses like more truthful to ourselves and be more spiritual in that aspect, because
Yeah,
I think we are spiritual beings living a human life. I don't know if
yeah.
other people share that thought or not, but definitely we can work and create something meaningful from our positions if we try to be more connected with our spiritual than our human side. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Fully agree with that. And I think even though it's like we're embedding, AI was like machines almost, but think about it. If there was before there was AI, we were the machines. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we were the ones plugged into always thinking about these mundane tasks and this, that, and the fourth. So it's
Yes.
like Yes, we're embedding machines to do what machines should be doing. Humans should never have been doing that, and we were never really designed to be punching in
Yeah.
numbers and things like
And we haven't thought about emotion as much as we think today.
that.
Actually, the way that people parenting right now has shifted as well, based on that we are more conscious. So if we use that time that we are talking about to be more connected with our spiritual side, I think we can bring a meaningful actions, and we can leave a footprint from wherever are we in life, and to have an impact to the other person that we are interacting with.
Definitely, I fully agree with everything you've just said. So
Yeah.
we'll zoom out of AI and
Yeah.
everything now a little bit. Um, so UTAG's global digital native team operates under principles like creativity, proactivity, and innovation. And you're also a certified Google partner. How have you
Mm.
built a culture that balances bold storytelling with technical execution and certification standards?
I used to work with Google back on the days when no one knew what AdWords was. So I
Yeah.
had a really good school at the beginning, you know. I'm talking about almost 19 years ago. That's crazy when I put that aloud. Uh, yes. So I started from a very beginning with digital marketing, and I seen that potential. But digital marketing, what it brought to the table is the excellence for execution, in the sense that you were able for the first time in history to measure everything. So the room for mistake was like getting close, like more sharper. In that aspect, we always take care of quality. For us, quality and excellence in the execution was a must, and that's why we thought about iMetric from the beginning. And actually, we thought about a metric way before the UTAG existed, and we pitched it to the multinational company that we used to work for, and they said, "I love the idea, but I don't have the money." So they tried to give us some resources, but it didn't work. So at some point, I told my partner, if we want to do this, we have to go. Well, and try it out. We have always time to go back to the old dimensions. Let's see what happens, and that's what we did. And but again, we used to work with brands like, and we still do actually, with brands like P&G, like P&G is a huge school for excellence and for
Okay.
processes and bureaucracy. So I think
Mhm.
we had like the good leaders from the very beginning, and we just build our professional experience toward like around those demands to be excellent,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
we added the talent ingredient and the technology ingredient to that.
Definitely. It's a recipe for success when you hold a high standard, excellence, and paired with technology is just it's a one-way system basically.
Yeah.
What year was it when you pitched iMetric to your previous boss?
It was, and actually, they are our clients as well. They were our first client. We quit,
No
and
way.
yeah,
That's so
they are
cool.
really big. Actually, they are a French company, one of the big six agencies in the
Mm,
world.
yeah.
It was 2014.
Wow. Wow. I bet they're
2000.
kicking themselves a little bit that they didn't have the money to be able to fund it in their own business.
And we also created business plans to bring the money back, charging like
Mm,
like doing better agreements into the media buy. But it was the thing with company with that size is really hard for them to adapt quickly to the changes.
mm,
It
yeah.
takes more time for them to adapt because they are a large company that requires a lot of training, and training means a lot of investment too. It's not just creating a new tool and technology; it's creating a new philosophy, a new mindset, and
Yeah.
to change the mindset of the people that you work in 2,000 people. Imagine how many
Mm,
you will need to do that. But we
yeah.
are working
Yeah.
with them actually, like today, in help them with the methodology, and they're like trying to adapt very. I mean, they're
Hmm.
doing a fine job. They
Yeah.
could do better, definitely, but I understand the challenges as well, why they are not doing it. And actually, I think that this company is in the top of the game comparing with the other agencies that they are competing with.
Definitely, like what you just said there, in a large company, it means so many moving parts, so many SOPs, so changing the ethos, changing the philosophy. So no, obviously it's completely understandable.
Yeah, it wasn't just building a tool.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. So, Sophia, you co-created a tech company that transforms how brands use marketing data. How does that innovation complement UTAG's storytelling and campaign work? Are there exciting lines of development ahead?
No, I mean, it's like we cannot take a client. We are like full disclosure in front of our client. This is the fee for technology, and if they are
Yeah.
not willing to invest in that, we cannot work with their clients because my team is not working in all ways just because a
Mm,
client doesn't mean. And it was
yeah.
one of the most difficult lessons for me to understand that we don't have to take every client that knocks the door.
Not
You
every
know.
client is meant to be your client.
Exactly. And that was a really hard lesson to understand because like boutique agencies seek for cash flow all the time,
Mm,
but like you have to understand that sacrificing talent and the way that they work for cash flow is not a good deal in the long run. So we don't work today with clients that they don't use our processes and our technology just because we don't understand how to work differently right now. And we don't
mm.
believe in the old dimensions. We don't believe in using, for example, an Excel to plan and to report and to build dashboards or like a PowerPoint. No, I mean
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's
no.
not how
And
going to
why? And
happen
why would
again.
you? Yeah, exactly. And why would you when you've already you're three steps over this way? You're not going to take a step back for a client. You're only info. Oh, only go.
No, it will be against our goals, as I told you before, to like bring excellent in the execution.
Mm, yeah, no, definitely, 100%. Last two questions. I won't keep you much longer. Looking ahead to the next 12 to 18 months, where do you want UTAG and your other ventures to be, especially in shaping how sports brands tell emotional, res resonant, and data-backed stories?
I think that question you have to do it after the World Cup because it can change
Mm,
everything.
yeah,
And I think I'm shifting toward being more involved on bringing new businesses to the female sports in
yeah,
general.
yeah,
And I would like to UTAC being the bridge that connects different opportunities with investors that can be involved in that growth. I think in terms of and yeah, we want to like create a more established bridge between those opportunities. It was a really slow road. That's why we do different things. That's why we work with different brands that no they are not always football related or 100% sport related.
yeah,
And I would like to be 100% sports.
yeah, no, definitely.
We'll see.
We'll see. And definitely with the World Cup coming on, that's like that could potentially rocket you into new
Yes.
stratospheres. Let's be real.
But also because United States is being a window for sport development right now because the market can imagine United States is bigger than the whole European countries altogether.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's creates a new opportunity to business growth, and it is a window. The fact that so many sports and tournaments are putting their eyes in United States is because they see an opportunity to create like a bigger impact that they are doing right
Yeah.
now. So and I
Mm.
live there, and I've been living there and actively participating uh, in that scenario. I think for us creates a unique opportunity.
Yeah, 100%. And like you just said there, in America, it has it's the same as it's like the same as the whole of Europe. And if football, not soccer, could take off over there, and obviously with the World Cup, it's the biggest competition. It's the most viewed thing once it's on in the world. Do you know what I mean? It's like I can't remember the numbers exactly, but I remember within
Millions.
comparable to. Yeah, they compared it to the Super Bowl and the World Cup final, and the Super Bowl's massive. Don't get
combined,
me wrong. Obviously,
and the
yeah,
NBA,
no,
and the
no,
NBA.
yeah. It's crazy. Football's so if it could take off over there, it's a whole untapped market.
But it's also that's why they are creating, or they just launched the Club World Cup, and that it was a success actually, even though that they didn't sold out
Mm.
all the yeah, all the tickets or all the matches. Only Real
Hmm.
Madrid was able to do that.
Mm.
They created like a new whole property to bring more brands to the table. As a result, billions dollars were gained as a result of that. So it was a good deal. You can see there, even though if you don't sold out all the tickets. And just one more thing, it's a perfect combination because Europe has the legends. Europe has they are historically the technique, the players, the history, the bring the whole heritage to the table.
Mm. Yeah,
And
yeah.
United States has the space to grow. So I think it's a really good combination right now.
Yeah, and obviously some Europeans were like, "Oh, I'm not, it's the Club World Cup. Oh, we don't really watch that." But it's not for you. It's for everybody in America. You're trying to make a sport become one of the forefront in sport, the mainstream sports. So it's not really about you. They're not trying to get at you. They're trying to get at the people in America.
Yes, no, absolutely. But let me tell you something. The fifth most watched tournament in United States is international football. It's not even local. I don't want to talk. I've been in so many games in United States, and I don't want to talk bad about it.
Yeah.
It's different. Let me tell you that it's
Mm,
completely
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
So I would like to see how, like, an Spain or England female team works with a male team in MLS. I would like to see that.
Mm,
It would be
yeah.
interesting because I think the women there are like up to the challenge. Let me tell you.
Hmm.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
no, definitely. Definitely. So, Sophia, my last question, I asked every guest the same question. If you could wave a magic wand and eliminate one thing in your business or more overly in business in total, what would it be and why?
If I can eliminate one, like, that's a really hard question because I think everything teach you something, and uh, like I'm like a strong believer that everything that you have to go through, it has its own reason that you don't understand till you understand. So, but I guess can it be something like soft and emotional answer?
Yeah, it could be anything. It can be absolutely
And
anything.
the egos.
Anything.
I would like to get rid of the egos, people
Yeah,
egos.
okay. Yeah,
I would like to get rid of that. I think it would be a much better world, but like a much better for our lovely sport, our lovely business. But I think some in some professional careers, for example, a surgeon, egos can give them the courage to do what they do. But I think in business and especially in sports, they create more gap between what is real and what it should be. So yeah, I keep that answer.
no, I love asking that question because every founder that I ask it to is such a different answer from all different people. So it's brilliant. I love it.
That's the beauty.
So, that's the beauty of it. Sophia, thank you so much for coming on. Where can
Can I
my
ask you?
listen?
Can I ask you something?
Yeah?
Do you know mate? You never drink mate before.
No, no, never.
You never seen an Argentinian player in the Manchester City, in Chelsea, in Aston Villa drinking mate?
Is that chocolate drink?
No,
No, no,
no.
no,
It
no.
it. I would say that it tastes more like a tea, like a strong,
Okay.
very strong tea. You
Mm.
England, that's the best reference that I can give you since you are from
Yeah,
England. It
yeah.
was like a strong tea, but now it got
Okay.
very popular. I mean, for an Argentinian, it's part of the
Culture.
culture,
Mm.
100% part of the culture. And it brought popularity in United States because Messi, Paul,
Mm.
all the players go with the
Mm.
mate under the arm. So
Yeah.
it was fun to see that NBA players and NFL players were drinking mate now.
Yeah.
That's why I asked. I was
Okay.
wondering if people around got more aware about what mate can do to your mind. It's magical. It's a magical beverage.
Okay. No, I've not really. It's not really taken off over where I am, but obviously in America with Messi and DePaul and people like that, obviously it's probably going a lot.
Yeah, but from many of them come from the Premier League, so that's why I asked. Maybe you've seen them
Yeah.
around with the mate in the field.
Yeah.
I got it, got
No,
it.
I'm actually a Leeds fan, so there's not many Argentinian players who play for Leeds, but yeah, we're not that good yet.
That must be sad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but
definitely.
I'm from Racing in Argentina, so I understand the feeling.
Yeah. So,
Thank you,
Sophia,
thank you for having me.
where can my listeners and viewers find you and connect with you online?
Sofita Cano is my LinkedIn page and also my social media, but I don't use a social media public because I got tired of it and I like to be focused for my clients. But LinkedIn is fine, Sofita Cano. They can find me there.
Perfect. And what is your company website as well? Just so every
IO or
yeah,
www.imetric.com. iMetric is
brilliant.
yeah, I
You
I
got
T R E I Q, iMetric.
Q.
Yeah, with a
Perfect.
Q in the end.
Yeah, yeah, perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming on again.
Thank
It's
you,
been
Stefan.
wonderful, great conversation.
Yeah.
So,
I hope my
mhm.
accent was kind of clear because
No,
my
it's
Argentinian
perfect.
accent is so strong, so strong. And now I'm in Argentina at the moment. So every time that I go
Mm,
back to Argentina, it gets really strong, you know? And I try to
no,
go over it, but it's hard.
it's been wonderful, and I can hear you clearly and understand everything that you said perfectly. So don't worry
Great,
about it.
Stefan. Thank you very much for your
Perfect.
time,
Thank
for
you.
reaching out, and see you soon.
Yeah. See you soon.
Bye bye.